those who will be coming in a little late perhaps, and those who will join us by video. Thanks to all of you for participating, and looking forward to a good party today. Chris, do you know why the stock trader got electrocuted?
No.
He shorted Tesla. Okay, I quit. Sorry.
But here's today's news. And Eusebio, before we jump there, any major situations that we need to change or alter?
No, I see no change for the moment.
Okay. Okay, and then let's go. All yours, Eusebio.
Okay, it will be easier, Chris, if you switch to the next week on Forex Factory.
I thought you were better than that, Eusebio. Sorry. Okay, switching, and
okay.
Is the date correct?
Yep.
Okay.
The thing I don't know if the time zone is correct, Chris. Is your time zone in New York time?
It should be, yeah. 3:40. 3:40. Yeah, these match up.
Okay. So on Sunday, I will monitor no, sorry, not the yen GDP. We have the yen preliminary GDP quarter over quarter, major higher time frames. Mm. Then we will have.
Sorry, which one? I had a rough night. Sorry.
Preliminary GDP quarter over quarter. And preliminary GDP price index, but no, this is a year over year, so no, forget that one. The quarter over quarter, major higher time frames.
Off to a rough start, folks. We're getting there, though.
Yeah, I'm a bit tired today. I have a long.
I know. I was thinking me too. How long was it? I did ask.
Oh, 3 hours. There was a beautiful sun, so I decided to go against the rules. So we are limited to 1 hour per day with the confinement, but I have worked 3 hours, and it was nice.
Okay. And Roger, I hope Melinda's going okay. Yep. Okay. Haven't heard from you much. So, sorry. Carry on, Eusebio.
Okay. So that's it for Sunday.
So
for
no China.
No.
Okay.
On Monday, we have Low speaking.
Oh, yes. Hey, Stefan.
Due to deliver a speech titled COVID, Our Changing Economy and Monetary Policy. Oh, it will be a general lecture, so I will not consider it. Then we have, I will monitor the ECB Financial Stability Review.
Yep.
Then let's see what Lagarde has to say. Due to speak about the World Economic Forum's Pioneer of Change Summit. No, let's forget. General lecture. We have the CAD manufacturing sales month-over-month major.
Okay.
Then we have Haskell, Clarida, and Kent speaking.
Okay.
Haskell, due to speak about artificial intelligence technology. No, let's forget.
Sorry, I was thinking politicians getting artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's better to speak about natural stupidity. Clarida, due to speak at an online discussion hosted by the Brookings Institute. No, let's forget. And Kent, due to speak at the Australian Securitizations Forum Virtual Symposium. No, let's forget.
Okay, scrolling down.
And then monitor the Aussie monetary policy meeting minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Then we will have monitor the OPEC meetings.
Okay.
Then monitor the 30-year bond auction for the pound.
Yep.
Then we have the US dollar core retail sales month-over-month and retail sales month-over-month major. Then we will have the CAD wholesale sales month-over-month major.
We did. Oh, above it.
Yeah, it was just before. Yeah.
Yep.
Then we have Bailey speaking. Due to speak at a virtual conference hosted by City UK. No, let's forget.
Robert.
Then we have the Kiwi GDT price index, major higher time frames.
Okay, got that. Sorry to hear that, Robert.
Then we have Ramsden speaking at 12 p.m.
Oh, where is he? 12.
At 12,
okay.
12, yeah.
Yep.
Due to speak at online event hosted by the University of Nottingham. No, let's forget.
So we're,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we have again Low speaking. Due to participate in a virtual panel discussion. Let's forget. And then we have the yen trade balance major higher time frames.
Yep.
And that's it for Tuesday.
Okay, I'll scroll down.
Yeah, on Wednesday, I will still monitor the pound CPI year over year and core CPI year over year, but simply monitor due to the Brexit context. Then we will have Haldane speaking, yeah. Due to speak at a virtual conference hosted by City UK, it's the same as the previous day, so let's forget. We have to monitor the Euro-German 10-year bond auction.
Yep.
Then we have the CAD CPI month over month and the core CPI month over month, major higher time frames, both.
Yep.
You can forget the medium and the trimmed CPI because they are year over year.
Okay.
Then monitor the crude oil inventories.
Yep.
Then we have William speaking. Due to speak at a webinar hosted by the Society for Advancing Business Editing and Writing. Oh, let's forget.
Oh, good. You never know what could come out of it, Eusebio.
And then we have a big one on the OZ, the employment change and the unemployment rate, so major higher time frames.
Not playing majors.
You can put it in red, yeah. It is the equivalent of the non-farm payroll.
Sure. Okay, and scrolling.
Yeah, then on Thursday, we have the Swiss trade balance and the Euro current account, both major higher time frames.
Yep.
Then we have the Philly Fed manufacturing index for the US dollar, so major.
Yep.
I will continue to monitor the unemployment claims in USA. Not major, but simply monitor.
Sure.
Then we have again Lagarde speaking.
Hi, Ravi.
Due to speak at an online event hosted by the Women's Forum audience questions expected. No, let's forget. Then we will have the natural gas storage to be monitored.
Yep.
Then monitor the pound GFK consumer confidence.
Yep.
And that's it for Thursday. And on Friday, we have, let's see, we have again Lagarde speaking. So due to speak at an online hosted event, an online event hosted by the European Banking Congress. No, let's forget. Then we have the CAD retail sales and retail sales, core retail sales and retail sales month over month, so major. Oh, I have forgotten the pound retail sales month over month a bit earlier. Yeah, major.
Okay, good.
Then we have Kaplan speaking.
Okay.
Due to speak about energy and the economy at a conference hosted by the Federal Reserve Bank of the, no, let's forget. And that's it for Friday.
Okay, and G20 meetings? You have
No. The G20 is just a political group.
It was OPEC. It was the other one.
So nothing important, yeah.
That's fine. Cool. Okay, so the reason that we plow through this, if you have any questions, please ask. And if you think we've messed up, let us know. In this case, we means Eusebio. But if you think there's been a mistake, just let us know. We're not perfect. Well, Eusebio's not. So the whole idea of this is to find out when there's major news items coming up so that you can actually avoid them. Because when the news comes out, can be volatility. If the news comes out, it is different to what is expected. The difference is that if you've got a number coming out, for instance, like public sector borrowing, they're expecting 29.2 billion, and if it's a 20% difference, excuse me, then that's a surprise, and it's likely to cause some sort of ructions on that particular currency, the pound. So all the pound pairs and related ones will jump and do silly things. So we want you to avoid that. If it's got a percentage in it, if you find that there's a 0.2% difference, that's enough to be a surprise. So that's the way we calculate what a surprise is. And okay, the idea is that if you're trading all the smaller time frames, anything under H4, anything marked with a major, avoid it. Don't place any orders 1 hour before, get out of the trades within half an hour. And anything, if you're trading higher time frames over H4 and above, then anything marked H4, those same rules apply for those. Okay, got through that easily. The news coming out on particular pairs also impacts things. So on the three biggies, the US, the euro, and the yen, if there's news coming out on those, doesn't matter what pair you're in, just treat it as if the news is coming out on that and observe the 1 hour, half hour information. Order hold-offs. If it's a smaller pair, a smaller currency like the CAD or the Kiwi or the Aussie, then generally only applies to the pairs that you're trading that have got that currency in them that you need to worry about. So if there's news coming up on the CAD and then you're in the euro dollar, I wouldn't worry too much about it. But at the same time in this one, there's news coming up on the US dollar, which is major, so worry about it. If there's news coming out on the Kiwi and you're in the euro US or the pound yen or something like that, then don't worry too much about it. It's unlikely to cause those other currencies that don't have NZ dollar in it to jump. Having said that though, in the last couple of years, a surprise announcement came out from New Zealand, which caused the pound dollar to jump. There's a bit of a spike in it. So it did ripple through the market. So be aware that they're coming out, but most times you should be okay just sitting through the smaller pair announcements, unless you're in that currency. Okay, and the one that I have, excuse me, haven't mentioned is the pound, and it kind of straddles them. So at the moment, the pound is a bit of a bully boy, want a better words, because of Brexit, all sorts of stuff is going on between the pound and the euro, and there can be sort of 40 to 80 pip spikes and things on various tweets coming out of Britain or Europe. So just be really careful about that one, and that's why I've marked the pound news with care here, just in case something silly comes up. Okay, moving on. If there's no other questions, what happens is, if you haven't seen this before, what I will do is put it up here on our website under NewsWatch. I'll just pump this into here. Pump this into here. So there's the link for the NewsWatch list. So you just come over here. So up at the top is major items. These take ages to sort of come about, but things that you need to be aware of ongoing. Doesn't take much to just go through the headlines and only check out the things that are of matter, not necessarily of opinion. And then we have the NewsWatch list. I'll prune the list down, and at the bottom here we have the other thing that people ask about is what are the best pairs to trade, and so there's the list of the top 10 here, and I'll pull this out of the road. So I'll update that once this is done and pull this across. So here's the top 10 that we've got so far. and some of the other pairs underneath that we probably put up to around. How far down do you want to go, Eusebio? So these are the best.
Down to the Kiwi USD is good, but you have two times the Kiwi USD with different numbers.
Well, that's not good. Okay, 679. 679. So hang on, what's the bottom one? 677 USD Swiss.
Then take the USD Swiss too.
Okay, and this one's only $1 away as well.
Yeah.
They're all very
but the US dollar Swiss is a major. The Kiwi yen is not a major.
Okay. Okay. Okay, all the funny noises. So these are the top 10 to be aware of when you're trading through the week. If you don't want them, they're not moving that fast or that ferociously, but while they were earlier this year when the crash came in, we sort of suggested that you could use some of these pairs, which are not as big a movers, but are more gentle, less stressful. So we're still just putting them up, even though they make less money. But the range, you can see they're all bunching up now, all moving about the same amount as opposed to what they were before. There used to be just one or two leaders here, and then these ones would all fall back and be not such big movers, but now they're all sort of bunching up, becoming the leaders almost. EuroCAD moved a lot on Thursday. Where's that one? Okay, Rav. And what Eusebio will do now is a magic trick where he pairs the top 10 pair with the news for a particular day, so we get reduce this selection down to just maybe 3 or 4 up here, and maybe an extra 1 or 2 down here for a particular day if you're having issues, or just to tidy things up. One of the things with trading is not to overdo it. So just pick 1 or 2 pairs to trade and don't try and jump around and follow what everybody else is doing. Stick with what you got. That way, yeah, okay. Don't change horses midstream type stuff. Speaking of which, this is how Skype groups I've seen fall apart all the time. People will be watching, say, the pound CAD or the pound dollar, and somebody will say, oh, look, the Euro Kiwi's taking off. And everybody in the room sort of rushes over to the Euro Kiwi, try and catch that one. They're too late. They get in late. In the meantime, pound CAD takes off, and everybody is sort of left, we shouldn't have done that kind of thing. And eventually the group gets dispirited and doesn't work out that much. So stick with one thing, even if it's not moving, just stick with it. It's part of what makes consistency consistent. Okay, sermon is over. Go, Eusebio.
In fact, each day there will be one pair moving the best, but it will not be the same pair day after day. And are you able to pick up exactly the best pair every day? Not sure about that. So what is important is to have a group of pairs which have nice movements over time, and then you will have nice results with these pairs. So the problem to catch the best one is a false problem, in fact, because it's simply impossible to choose the best one every day. Okay, so
so we've got on Sunday we've got the yen.
So the yen
and the CAD.
And the CAD. Okay.
So for those interested, we're only picking out the majors or higher, and those for a particular day that occur before 5 p.m. in the New York afternoon. So just so it's from 5 p.m. the day before to 5 p.m. that day. So go, Eusebio.
Okay, so we will have the pound yen or the pound CAD.
Okay.
Then the pound US dollar or the euro yen. Pound US dollar or euro yen.
Yep. I was just trying to... Okay, let's do this. Trying to save my keyboard. Okay.
And then we will have the pound Swiss.
Okay. Next day, we have nothing left over from Monday. And on Tuesday, we have the CAD.
The CAD, okay.
The US dollar.
The US dollar, okay.
And the Kiwi.
And the Kiwi, okay.
And we're including this one because it could come out at any time. So it could be New York afternoon or New York evening. So,
or even the next day, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
So the first choice will be the pound US dollar or the pound CAD.
Right, here we go.
Then we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Hang on, just turn off my alarm. Okay.
And then the pound yen or pound Swiss.
Okay. And so we're looking for Wednesday. So afternoon of Tuesday, we've got the Kiwi.
So the Kiwi, okay.
And the yen.
The yen, okay.
And then later in the day, we've got the CAD.
And the CAD, okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay, so we will have the pound yen or the pound CAD.
Okay.
The pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
And the euro yen or the pound US dollar.
Okay, got this one. Okay, we're good. And leftovers from Wednesday are the Aussie.
The Aussie, okay.
Okay, Swiss.
The Swiss, okay.
Euro.
The euro, okay.
The United States American US dollar.
The US dollar, okay.
And that's it.
That's it. Okay, so the first choice will be the euro Kiwi or the euro Aussie. Euro Kiwi or euro Aussie.
Yep.
Then the pound US dollar or the pound Swiss.
Oops, wrong one. Pound US dollar. Have we not done that? No. Okay.
And then the euro pound or euro yen.
Okay. Right. And leftovers from Thursday for Friday is nothing. And we've got the pound on Friday.
The pound,
and
pound, yeah.
And the CAD.
And the CAD, okay. Okay, so the third choice will be the pound CAD or the pound US dollar.
Okay.
Then the pound yen or the pound Swiss.
Hey. Okay, here we go. Yep.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. So again, the idea for these ones is we've reduced it down from 10 to, say, on Monday, is just pick these top pairs here. It doesn't matter which ones, are all pretty much equal. And if none of these are really working for you, you could drop down to something like this, to one on the bottom row. So these are the bigger movers. If you don't like any of these, then just pick something out of this lot here. The reason that we use these ones, other than any of the other pairs, is because they're still moving a reasonable amount. Whereas if you go to some of the bottom ones of the 28 pairs, see the Aussie Kiwi only moves like just under 400 pips a day compared to 1200 for the biggest movers. So it moves about a third. So for the amount of time that you're putting in, you may not be making as much money. But the ones in the middle, say from here down to here in today's lot are reasonable movers, less stress, like I said. So, okay. And to give you an idea on what the movements have been like over the periods, we've got last year from January this year, we started off at 1300, which is about what today's is, 1200. And then it dropped down, the range dropped down quite a bit. And then during the crash in March, April, when COVID really hit, like it's doing again, the movements got quite angsty when everybody freaked out. And then the ranges have been sort of dropping down, stabilizing since then. Okay. But even so, these ranges here were about what they were 3 or 4 years ago. And then those were even less than what they were some years before that. Okay, so let me save this.